One of the Aaron Austin Show's favorite sponsors is R&J Discount Liquor. We find they have the best selection of bourbons and whiskeys probably in town.
Yeah, make sure you get with Dustin in there. That guy knows his stuff. It always points you in the right direction, and everything they got there is always at a good price. It's at Douglas and Hillside. Anytime you need some booze, go down to R&J.
Diaper Jam 2025, once again coming to you from Bourbon Street Bar and Grill on South Seneca.
Make sure you get out there April 19th. Aaron and Austin Show's going to be there all day long.
We got loads of bands and vendors. It's going to be a really good time. You should come out.
Bring a pair of diapers. You get into the door for free. Not 2 pairs. 6 pairs.
Yeah, me too. I need.
I don't know why I got pairs in my head.
Please wear diapers. It's a Diaper Jam.
He did wear diapers.
Yeah. Sacred Leaf is Wichita's favorite CBD store in town. Go check out Nikki. Tell her that the Aaron and Austin Show sent you. For the best selection of gummies and the highest possible legal THC that you can find in Wichita, go check out Sacred Leaf.
Whiskey Dick's definitely an Aaron Austin Show favorite. Get out there anytime. They have specials every day on food and drinks. They got happy hour from 3 to 6. And how many whiskeys they got in that place, Aaron?
I think they have the most whiskeys in town. And every Monday you can do any whiskey under $25 a shot for half price.
I think there's 700 plus in that.
Probably so. So Mopigs is just north of West and Central in the old Game Exchange building.
And there's really, you can find a little bit of everything from collectibles to Pokemon cards to action figures to video games. They have a lot of cool stuff in there, and you can also get art by Stephanie Nash. Make sure you check out Mopigs and everything. PK Pest Management. For all your pest control needs, get with Austin or contact 316-305-7108. And it's also fly season, so if you need that fly spray, get with it.
On Tuesdays, you can usually find the Aaron and Austin Show hanging out at the Cowboy Inn. It's one of our favorite sponsors. Every Tuesday they have a open mic there hosted by Jacoby Lee Winter.
So get down and check us out on Tuesday nights and check out the Cowboy Inn all the time.
Check out the Rusty Nail for everyday food and drink specials, especially Hammer Time. Every day from 4 to 7, half-price drinks. And on Saturdays, we have some of the best live music in town.
Get with PK Pest Management for all of your pest control needs, 316-305-7108. For any termite inspections or anything under the sun, we'll take care of any problem that you have.
Be sure you visit the Jukebox on Seneca and Walker. They have great daily drink specials and karaoke and live music on the weekends. Go check out the Jukebox.
Great food today from Papa C's food truck, Papa C's barbecue.
Yeah. I had a little brisket mac. That was good.
I just ate straight brisket today. We went down, didn't we, Annie?
Yeah, you went about a half pound of brisket.
Yeah, we went straight brisket today. It was delicious.
It was
Thank
good.
you.
It was yummy.
And we always love to get Angie's tacos at the Cowboy after. Angie's got the tightest tacos in town, so make sure you get over there.
If you make that her slogan, I swear to God.
I'm trying my hardest. But and she's also at Shamrock some nights, so it follows Angie's Tacos.
She's
all
been
over the place.
expanding. Yeah,
Yep.
she's been doing it. Oh, yeah.
Start us off on that over here.
Episode 1 of season 4.
Don't do it like that. Don't do that.
What do you think, brother? This is a good one. This is going to be a good one.
It is. As we kick off 4 years.
4 years.
We go stumbling into 4
It's
years of the
nuts.
show.
It's amazing.
A lot of hard work. A lot of shit went on.
A lot of rumple.
Couldn't have done it without. We couldn't have done it with a lot. We couldn't have done it without a lot of people. And I'm not going to sit here and try to list everybody, but we appreciate you.
You doing all right over there? Yeah.
We got a little loosey. Got a little loose. Had to tighten it down one time. Well, I had to move it, and it got loose on me. But so here we are in the new dire wolf era. If you want a dire wolf, you can get one. Apparently,
I saw that. I saw that on a Yahoo article.
Pull that in. Yeah, pull it in. We're not quite sure yet if it's real or not because there's like been a couple of combating stories. One saying it's real, one saying it's not. But if they can make a dire wolf, can they like cure these coughs I keep getting? I get a cough like every 3 months. Can they work on some shit that matters?
Nah, man. They can just help you pretend to be Jon Snow. That's about.
Yeah, well, I'm into that too. That's cool too. I mean, I'm all about trying to recapture my Game of Thrones years back when the show was good. But I ain't trying to. Can we like cure some shit that matters? Like we're re-engineering wolves.
Yeah.
Like it feels like we're wasting some money there.
Sure.
Apex predators, even.
And no one's ever been like, "Hey, man, the shortage of wolves is really fucking my day up." Like we don't need these extra motherfuckers running around.
We need bigger, meaner wolves.
Yeah, shit. That's some crazy shit. That is coyotes that take over again. That's all that'll happen. So you got anything new to bring up on Eberly Farms? You got any?
Not yet. We're getting close, though.
But get
There's,
ready.
A concert series coming to Eberly Farms.
So get ready for that,
It's,
guys.
it's
He's
gonna be
almost got
cool.
it. You almost got it
Yeah.
all booked, don't you?
I'm very close. Very, very close.
I'm really excited about that. Anytime an existing place here in Wichita opens their doors to being a music venue, I'm always happy to have more places for our artists to play and more chances for our artists to get paid.
That's,
so that's
a pretty
always
cool
great.
room, man. Turns out I played there when I was 14, playing for a Miss Teen USA pageant.
That sounds about right.
And where was this at?
Eberly Farms.
Eberly Farms.
So if you don't know where Eberly Farms, it's on
Way west 21st.
way on the way to Cheney on 21st Street. It's right about 135th Street and 21st Street north.
Really
on
cool
the west side of
property
town.
all back there.
It's right there
really
by
cool.
that big ass YMCA that's out there at 135th
Do
Street.
they have is it like a venue or is it just like a?
Yeah, there's some outdoor stages. There's a big indoor hall. They have like weddings and
It was an
whatnot
interesting
in.
place growing up. It was a place that the school always took you. It had like tennis courts, basketball courts, hay rides, a baseball field. Like it had a zip line that went across the
Ooh, zip line.
It had and it caused a lot of shenanigans, that zip line. I ain't gonna lie. And they had to remove it, because kids get rowdy with
Modern
it.
day insurance.
But there was actually two zip lines. One that was like not over the river, and one that went over the Cowskin Creek. So there was one that if you fucked up and got stuck in the middle, your ass is getting wet today. So it was a really like interesting kind of a throwback farm joint for kids to still go hang out at, and it's kind of went through a few owners, and now it's turned into like now we're doing weddings and shit there now. But now a lady that's actually running for governor of Kansas
Yep.
owns it. and-
Stacey Rogers.
Shout out to Stacey
Give her
Rogers.
a plug, friend of ours.
Yeah, vote for Stacey Rogers if you is a vote for fucking Eberly Farms.
Votes for Stacey Rogers.
I mean, I don't know who's our current governor again, Laura Kelly.
Laura Kelly.
Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. Vote for whoever the fuck you
Yay
want to.
politics.
Yeah.
Let's get off that one now.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, other than we need a moment of silence for the Buffalo Trace Factory is underwater, and that is a
Yeah.
beautiful place right now. And I hope all that booze survives and everything goes well over there.
From the dam. I
Yeah,
just seen that.
yeah.
I just seen that. Yeah.
And they had to evacuate everybody. And
Yeah.
if people don't know, the Buffalo Trace is a whiskey company that's actually like predates America by like 3 years or some shit. It's just like 3 years older than America.
But the reality is, if there's barrels floating around the Mississippi River right now or whatever,
Let's go.
People have something to
like
drink.
they're gonna fish them out of there. They're gonna sell them as a premium.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, this survived the flood.
that would be.
Now it's $100 a bottle.
I'm in. I'm in.
A new black label.
That's right.
Fish,
It's gonna be.
Yeah, I'll
it's gonna be
take-
a limited edition.
I'll
shit.
take the barrel turned by the river.
Right. Right.
That's got to be some interesting shit. So, but yeah, after all of that, make sure you cut down one of them cum trees before you get you a QT beer this week.
The Bradford Pears.
So
Did you guys hear about that?
if
They're
you're trying to go,
illegal.
if you're trying to go on the
Really?
smelliest tour of the week,
Why do we have so many of them if they're illegal?
because
city
the
used to
city
plant
used to
them.
plant them.
Really?
yeah,
They thought they
didn't
were
realize
ornate and pretty.
they were. They say they're an invasive species, but I've never,
yeah.
I've never heard quite why they're exactly an invasive species.
Well, isn't anything that we bring?
Yeah,
across-
I mean
yeah.
anything. That, I
Yeah.
mean even you could even say that fescue grass is an
Right,
invasive species,
right.
really, because
So-
it's not native to here.
So the biggest problem with Bradford pears in Kansas is that they're just kind of weak ass trees. A strong
And they
strong
blow.
breeze
They blow
comes
and they break.
and they just knock the damn
They
tree
break.
down.
or they deroot themselves completely.
yeah,
Right.
and,
I mean, they don't even break; they come
and-
completely
and-
on the
and-
fucking ground.
And now you have a huge cleanup. It costs the city a bunch of money. So the Kansas Department of Forestry is reimbursing you if you're a homeowner and you got one on your property and you want to tear it down. The state of Kansas will
the
reimburse
city
you
used
for
to
cost.
plant them by the fucking hundreds.
No, they're everywhere.
They're in a lot
Right
of city
next-
property. They're on the right of ways and
They
shit.
are.
And they're not really in people's yards. They're on the right of ways and
They're the ones that
in
like line
easements.
streets and stuff.
They're in the easements and
Yeah,
shit.
they line the streets.
Yeah, I mean, let's plant trees right next to the road just in case somebody veers off the road and they hit a fucking tree.
Yeah,
that
trees
was a real
with
smart fucking idea.
with weak
That's how
with
it is
weak
in LA
roots.
too. They got all the palm trees just right.
Yeah, real smart.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, that's I always thought that was silly. Like, people even put rocks next to the road. So people jump the curb, they hit this thing. Why? Are you trying to kill them?
Them palm trees ain't gonna fall down though, man.
No, they're thick.
The Bradford pears, strong breeze.
Yeah.
It just-
Have you ever seen the machines that go around the orange trees?
And
Oh,
shake them?
Shake 'em?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do
Yeah,
like there's a
I've
couple
seen
other
it.
trees.
Go
Almond
down all
trees
the
got to
time,
do
yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
And whoever invented that was a bad
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I mean,
'cause-
it's pretty crazy how they get them all too.
Yeah.
and it's
or-
like, and it's like, of course, this should be the process. Like when you see that, you're like everyone's like, why didn't I invent that? Like, it's such a cool idea. It just like hugs the tree.
Or you see that one that just comes in and just like chews the tree up from the top down.
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
yeah.
I've seen that
Yeah.
one too.
Or
yeah.
That's impressive.
Or
as
even a
hell.
de-rooter, one of the
Yeah,
ones
those
with the shovels that
those
just
are
pick
cool.
Pull it out.
Those
that
are
can
cool.
so you can
Yeah.
transplant the trees
Yeah.
without killing them. All those things are fucking pretty badass. I ain't gonna lie.
Heavy machinery is kind of badass.
It really is. You can fall into the
It's
rabbit
fun.
hole on that shit.
It's fun to play with. too.
When I'm an equipment operator. I worked for the city of Wichita for 15 years, and I got to operate a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. It is a lot of fun, but it's very, very dangerous. This shit can go bad real quick.
Yeah, I broke my ribs on a bobcat actually.
Oh,
so
really? Did
just
jumping it?
Jumping it.
Yeah, he
Slammed right
couldn't get it
into
to stop.
No, just rocking. Blah, 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 blah.
If anybody who's never drove a skid loader before, you can get to jumping a skid loader where you cannot believe that you have lost control of this machine and it'll just keep jumping. And if you got shit in the bucket, it's throwing it all
Just
over you.
Raise your hands up. I
Yeah,
swear.
and take your feet off. Well, mine
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
skid steers got better for me when they went to pilot
That's
controls.
what we had. It was a
For me, because
John Deere.
I had trouble with the feet controls because my feet are huge. I have size 13 feet, so I'd lock that boot. I'd lock that fucking boot in.
He's already knocking you
stuck.
off over
You'd
there.
lock that fucking
Yeah.
boot in, and it dumped that shit all over me. God, I've been in so many dumb situations with
Yeah,
equipment. But
yeah.
anyway, we ain't here to talk about goddamn equipment or any of that. We're here for Blake Phillips and Jack. I'm so glad you guys came in today.
Yeah,
Of
man.
course.
Thanks for having
We
us.
got. I've always wanted to make sure everybody gets a chance to hear this story. He's got a really cool album dropping this Friday. He really works hard behind the scenes on a lot of shit, and we're gonna get to all of it as we circle back to the album that's coming out this Friday. If you look in the description, there's a link for that. So make sure it's on any of it's really an awesome link. It shows up for all of your platforms. Pick your platform and pre-save it for there.
Very cool.
Spotify,
yeah,
Apple,
all of them.
Deezer. I
Hell
didn't
yeah.
know Deezer was still.
Yeah, I didn't even know
Yeah,
because a couple of them I was like, damn.
Giving me royalties. All right.
All right,
I
whatever.
mess with you.
Let's go.
So yeah, kind of introduce yourself a little bit to our crowd and let everybody know kind of who you are and what you do, and then we'll even get into the the beginning of all this shit.
Yeah. I'm Blake. This is my partner Jack over here, and we founded a music label at Virgin called Three Brothers Music. I also have my real brother involved, but he's up at KU right now, so isn't able to make the drive down today. And we got this compilation album. It'll be dropping on Friday, and got some pretty reputable names involved in it. I'm actually getting started on production for Idiomatic Motifs 2, which hopefully maybe we'll drop it in the summer. I'm already working with some pretty reputable artists on that.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, man, I'm just out here hanging with my boys at the Aaron and Austin show, trying to do a little bit of promo. But I had been watching you guys for years, and so I was glad that you guys hit me up, wanted to chop
man,
it up. So
anytime
Yeah,
we get
here,
some fresh
I
blood.
finally made it to the big time. Boys.
Big time.
I
Oh,
finally made it
shit,
to the
shit.
big time.
The big time finally
come
came
on.
to us is what happened.
That's
No,
it.
not quite.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Half of my friends have been on this show already. When I
No
told
way.
them, when I told them that I was coming on, they're like, "It's about time,"
Right,
But
shit.
I like to kind of sit back and be
Same. Well, and
You know
I
what I
like to.
mean?
Well, I've let the show. I schedule a lot of the show. And anybody wants to be on the show, if you're passionate about it, hit up the Aaron and Austin show, or you can hit up either Andy Mack or Aaron directly.
If you got something cool to promote,
Yeah,
man,
no-
we'd love
and
to
they'll
help
get
you.
you to me.
I want to help you
They'll
promote
get you to me if
That's
you
it.
got something going. I like he's saying, we like to schedule the show as you're releasing something. We can always do the here and now and where'd you come from story, but it's nice to also tie that to a promotion that you got something going on coming up, a big show or
I know,
whatever.
and I hate doing promo. Like,
It does.
I hate it.
So it's
Like,
nice.
I-
It makes this makes it more fun. Like we
You
tried
can
to
clip
come in.
this show a bunch of times.
Yeah, we
to
tried to
pop
come
all
in and
that
make a
out.
promo show
Yeah,
that's actually not a
exactly.
lot of. That's not a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's what we tried
This
to
is my
do.
first podcast. Now I've done a lot of radio shows, like 106 and places like that when I've traveled for
Nice.
other projects and stuff. But podcast, I don't think I've ever done one. So this is a first.
Well, they're really.
Very rarely do
I think
I-
they'd be great for you because long form conversation is always great for like smart dudes that are doing a lot. Like it's hard to like get your, at 5 a.m. in the fucking morning on a radio show.
Oh yeah.
It's and they're usually early. I mean, because all the
Well,
time.
I am an early bird, but
Yeah, and those bits are like 8 minutes long,
Right.
max.
And you're chopped up by
Yeah.
radio. You're chopped up by what they got to promote, and you're
Yeah.
chopped up by the commercials.
Yeah, and you're going to have to talk about your current project right now in a hurry, succinctly. You don't really get a feel for all you got going on. You got a lot going on.
I do.
You got
Yeah.
a bunch
He
going on,
He's
man.
doing
does.
really-
Yeah, that's what I'm
does
saying.
all the
Like-
work, really.
Well, this is
And it's a team. Anybody that got any sense knows it takes more than one person to get
Yeah,
anything
for
done.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Takes a
Anybody,
whole squad.
and
I
I
got
look
a whole
at, and I look
team,
at you. You're
too.
trying to do that shit by yourself. Sorry, it's gonna blow up in your face.
Yeah.
Try to get some good people on your team. Always.
delegation.
It-
Yes,
what you-
delegation.
yeah.
You named it. right there.
Delegation.
And if you trusted someone, it's a step further in delegation. If you trusted them to let them do it, let them do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't
Exactly.
be that dude standing over them. If you trusted them to hire them for that, let them do it then. I know it's not always easy when it's your projects and shit, but
And you can come around the backside, but
for sure.
Let them have it.
Yeah, when you empower people, they do great things. They really do.
It's true.
I mean, you find.
I've been blessed though to be with Blake. You know, he's the guru. He just feeds me all the recipes, and I
been around a
follow.
while.
Yeah.
I just follow
I
the
got gray
recipes.
hair
You know what I mean?
Shit, don't we all now?
I've been in the game a while. It's got me gray haired, but yeah, I'm gonna keep.
So how'd the music game start for you? You're originally from Wichita.
Yeah, I am.
So did you graduate high school and go to college here? Or did you move away from?
I graduated high school. I graduated from East.
Okay.
I went to Capon before that. And
Something happened.
I went to about 12 schools here. So a lot
So
of
you
people-
did? Would you do?
Oh yeah, I was.
You can't pull your family was in the military since they're all in the same city.
I traveled a lot.
There's only one base.
But yeah, after I graduated high school, I did a little bit of college at JCC in Butler for like a couple semesters. It wasn't for me at all. So I moved to LA just on a total whim. Me and my dog Peanut drove an SUV up with a budget truck, and I was not getting help by my family at all. I had like a couple grand to my name. I went out there, and I was dead broke within like the first month or two. I didn't have an apartment.
LA
or
does that
anything.
quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
Dead
yeah,
broke.
especially when you're on, you're just going.
Oh yeah. So I didn't have anything. I had the dog with me. I had my SUV, and I basically was just living out of my car for like the first couple months.
Did you have a plan of what you wanted to do when you got to LA?
No, but I was applying to work for free, mind you, at all kinds of production.
That's what you
companies.
got to do.
Yeah. Like I mean,
So you wanted to be in the music industry.
I wanted to be in film and television. I wanted to write.
There it is.
That was
Okay.
my main thing.
I was
wanted to
wondering
be a
where,
comedy
like,
writer.
where did it start? Like,
Yeah,
where
it started as like comedy writing. I grew up watching like Judd Apatow, like Larry David, Seinfeld. Like,
Great
I really-
writers, all great
Yeah,
writers.
I liked writing comedy, and so I had already written tons of scripts. I had some communication with Judd Apatow's team when I was like a senior in high school.
Oh, really?
I had been sending like skits and stuff that I was writing, and I actually got some responses back from their production company, like, "Hey, keep it up. Like this stuff's funny." So then that really kind of drove me to go out there.
That's a huge compliment.
Yeah, that was like, I was a senior in high school at East. And so I went out there, and I was shocked at how hard it was just to even get a job. I mean, like, I was applying.
Were you shocked by the amount of people too? I mean, that's when I went to LA the one time.
yeah.
I was like,
I mean, when I first got on
I was
those
just like,
highways,
really?
it actually, okay,
From
so
Kansas to LA.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I should,
It's
no,
a
this is a
thing.
true story. Right as I got into Hollywood, and I was on Hollywood Boulevard, I'm getting off the highway, going on to Hollywood Boulevard, and I pull up to this stoplight, and I look to my right, and coming from Wichita, there's not a lot of homeless people, right?
no, especially back
At
that
least
time.
back then.
Yeah.
Especially back that time.
So
I
I
mean,
look over. There's a homeless guy right there. He's not, but maybe 8 feet from me, and he's got his pants down, his ass spread open. And he's just
Shitting.
taking his shit just right. In the
welcome to
front.
LA.
Like you do.
Man, this
like
is
you do.
this is an interesting town.
That's a hell of a culture shock for the first few minutes in
I mean,
town.
I had literally only been in LA for 3 minutes. I mean, I just pulled right in. So
And
that was my very first scene into LA. And yeah, for the first several months, like I applied on Craigslist, which was kind of like a hot-
Back in the day.
This
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
great.
I know
So what year are
Yeah.
we? What year are we at
Well,
here?
so I graduated high school 06, so this was like 07-ish.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
And so I was applying every opportunity I could find, and this
They
was
don't
to work
call
for
back.
free. This was to work for
Just
free.
give me something.
Yeah, I
give
just
me
wanted to
something.
get into a production.
Kind of an internship. You're looking for
Right.
anything, yeah.
anything. I just was trying to get in the
Get
door.
my fucking foot in the door here.
Yeah, so I finally, after like about a month and a half, 2 months of being like homeless, living in my car. I mean, I was going to like
You're shitting next to that guy
McDonald's.
next week.
I was going to like
In front of the new guy. In front of the new guy.
It was one-
Well, if this guy found a spot, I might as well.
We all take a turn. Yeah.
Oh man, it didn't get that bad for me, but it got pretty close. But I mean, I was like washing myself up in like McDonald's and stuff, like because I didn't have an apartment, right?
Well, Venice Beach got showers.
Yeah, they do. I found that after like the second week.
Just
So
saying.
anyways, so I finally got an opportunity at a production company to be an intern, work for free, and starting like I don't know. I had been working there for 2 days, and I was at night. They gave me a key, and I was sleeping inside the building.
Oh,
They didn't even-
yeah.
And
Shout out to they might have known. Think of the people.
I mean, I don't
people
know.
sometimes are maybe kicked you a little. Hey, this guy needs a.
Yeah.
The security guys knew.
Yeah, they know.
That's what-
They know because they know when them doors get open.
That's right.
So on like the second or third day I was working there, they gave me like privilege to. I had these box trucks because I had to go and pick up gear all over LA,
yeah.
cameras and all kinds of stuff. Shooting up to Burbank and what have you. So I had all this furniture that I had brought up from Wichita, and it was at a place that I had been renting for about a month. that was about an hour outside
Like a
of
storage
LA.
unit? Or?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And so I took the company truck in the middle of the night at like 12:01. Everybody was gone. Like I had no
Allegedly.
permission to do this. I
We're
took
probably statute of limitations by now.
I took the company production truck. I took it out the gates. I knew the code. I went and picked up all my furniture out of the storage place because I knew I was going to.
You went full moving van.
Oh yeah, I just totally stole the thing.
Yeah.
Loaded up my truck with this other intern that had started the same day as me. We were already cool after 2 days, so he helped me gear it all.
Y'all didn't put a
I was
single
already
gasoline.
going 316 on their ass out there, like stealing the truck. You already know. So I loaded it up, and he had a storage place that he had been storing his stuff in L.A. So I took it and moved it there. So anyways, point of that is after those 2 days, and then like a week or so working with them, I finally got they had a production move to Sacramento, and I got to go travel with them, and I was going to be working with E40. Who,
nice.
Music artist.
Well, great.
Yep.
Big name.
One of mine. One a huge one.
I was going to be his
Shit, he makes more
assistant.
money in fucking wine and shit.
He would
and-
drink. He drank so much wine. I mean,
Oh,
he'd drink one of them Rossi bucket wine things that are like that big. He'd drink one of those every day.
And people, if you don't know who E40 is, he's one of the most
He's from
interesting
the Bay.
rappers you're ever going to meet.
Yeah.
He
The
has
hyphy movement.
he has a cadence like no other.
Everybody got choices.
Oh, I fucking love E40, man.
So-
And he's a 49ers
That was
fan just like me.
That was
so.
my first foray. We went up to Sacramento. We were living there for like 3 or 4 months. I was working with him. I was working with this director, Dion Taylor.
What was your like job at that time? What
I
were
was
you
like a
doing?
production assistant,
nice.
assistant to E40.
Just whatever
and
you
then
need, whatever they needed.
We were doing multiple things. We were shooting all of E40's music videos. We were shooting a movie called The Hustle with Charlie Murphy, R.I.P. Rest in
Oh,
peace,
yeah.
Charlie Murphy.
Nice man,
Debo was in it. Rest in peace, Debo.
Yeah, both of them are dead.
Who I ended up becoming. Later in the story, I became real close with Debo.
Really?
I ended up becoming his daughter Faith's god uncle. I ended up
Nice,
doing
man.
a lot of things with Debo over the years, but so I was working on this movie called The Hustle out there, and then we were also working on a movie called The Weather Girl that had like Caitlin Olsen in it from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
yeah.
Mark Harmon from 2.5 Men,
Oh, yeah.
the brother of Charlie Sheen, a bunch of other people. And so I was doing all of these projects out there for months, working for free, mind you, but they were paying for the hotels and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
you're getting like.
I got a $50.
You can still survive.
I got
Well,
a-
they give
I
you
got
that.
a-
What's that per
I got
diem?
a-
They
I got a
give you per
$50.
diem.
Yeah.
I got a $50 a day per diem.
Yeah.
So that
So
gets you through.
after about 3 or 4 months, I had like $3,000 saved up.
Yeah,
So
because
then
you can eat on them and
And,
save
yeah,
your money
pocket
most of the times.
everything,
Yeah.
And so,
You're already stealing their trucks. You might as well.
hey, they love me, man. I was a worker, man.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom raised me to work hard,
That's
man.
Well, you wouldn't have
He's seen it,
survived.
too, because we
You wouldn't have
that's the
survived in
business.
that situation without hustling.
No,
man.
I was a hard worker.
I mean, you
Hard
you
worker.
drove straight to
I was
California on a
massive.
whim and hustled
The
your way.
Midwest work ethic goes a long
Oh, it
way in
does.
LA.
Oh, yeah.
It really does.
Oh,
My
yeah.
mom,
It
my
really
mom
does.
raised me right, man. I work hard.
Me too.
Nobody can take that.
I
from me.
appreciate that. I
And
appreciate
I'm not afraid
that.
to brag about it because I do.
Yeah.
I work tremendously.
Well,
But
you showed up willing to work for free and live in a fucking bus.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of motherfuckers that are willing to do that. They're not for their
and
dreams.
and I had my dog with me, my dog Peanut. And so, like, I was enough of an asset on set. They let me have my dog there. Like,
There you go.
Yeah. So saved up a few grand from that 50 a day. But then when we came back to LA, there was no more pay because we weren't on shoot anymore. Right.
Right.
So I took the money that I got an apartment so my dog could have a place. I got all that furniture out, put it in there, and I started basically from that point forward networking with the contact Rolodex that I had made out there. Like I was cool with E40. I was really cool with Debo from Friday.
So did that
Tiny
made you
Lister.
pivot to music a little bit?
Well, I kept working with the production company. I stayed loyal to them. Their company was called Steakhouse Entertainment. And so I stayed loyal to them. But then in my off time, I was calling up all of these celebrity people that I met. And they were like, yo, Blake, we fuck with you. Like, so I just started making relationships with them. So Macy Gray, who's a female musician
yeah.
who I grew
Love
up
her, love
growing
her.
on. My mom loved her. I used to ride my mom's
One of
car
the
as a
coolest
kid,
voices
and
in
we'd always
maybe-
listen to Macy Gray, Alanis Morissette, and Faith Hill. Like those were the three go-to. Elton John too, but
Macy
so
Gray's
when I
voice
met
is one of the
Macy
coolest
Gray,
voices ever.
Real name Natalie. That's her moniker.
Oh, you heard it here first. He knows her real name.
Oh shoot.
And
He's got her
so-
phone number, maybe.
Yeah.
Even.
Oh, I used to go to her house and have a good old time. We, good friend of mine. A lot of parties.
Cool,
Great person.
cool girl.
Oh yeah, super
Badass.
cool. The
Awesome.
coolest.
Yeah, she seemed like
And
she's
so
a cool.
she helped me network with some people, and from there, really, things started to. I mean, there's a lot of grit and grind in the story, but I won't bore you with all that. But over time,
bore us with it, man. Come on.
over time, I built enough relationships where on Craigslist there was somebody looking to make a movie about like the Wizard of Oz, and I was like, well, I'm from Kansas. And so I had built up a whole team of like camera people that I was friends with, DPs.
The network, man.
Yeah, I had a whole roll. And this guy was a first-time financer for a film. And so I was like, look, I can put together this whole movie for you. And just let me help you produce it. You can be in charge, whatever. But I just want to get that credit.
He's the executive producer.
And now checks are coming.
Yes.
And now the checks are coming.
Well, really, I just cared about the credit. The check was $100 a day is what he was going to pay me. It was like a super ultra low.
It's
budget.
like a.
But still,
But got it done.
I mean.
And so shot in like 8 different states. There was like a couple $100,000 budget. The movie it was horrible, not because of my creativity, but the movie got made, right? And it got made well.
There you go.
So
What's the movie's name? You can tell us?
The movie was called After the Wizard.
After the
And
Wizard.
I was like 19 years old, I think, when we did that.
Right on.
And so then right after that, the guy that I had also worked with on that movie, his name was Lance Frank. We teamed up and we signed a lease in North Hollywood with this big abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
And when I saw the warehouse, it had private gates. I mean, it was official, and it was in North Hollywood, right off of like Main intersection, Lankershim and Magnolia. And in 12 days, we put tile in the bathrooms. We built a 2,500 square foot cycloramic green screen. We started building.
Yeah.
We would go up to
So you
the
put the
we'd go
studio
up to the
together.
Home Depot and get the Hispanics up there and pay them a couple $100 a day for labor. They installed an air conditioning unit for us, put some wood floors in there. I mean, in 12 days we had a fully functioning studio. I mean, it was official.
Yeah, dude.
And so from that point on, I started renting that studio out.
What was the name of the studio?
Prefect Studio.
Prefects?
Yeah, Prefect. Yeah, Prefe.
Oh, Prefect.
And
Nice.
with that, I started getting investors coming in every day. I had musicians like the first musicians that I really came up with in the game, who are very, very famous now, but they weren't then, was like YG, DJ Mustard, Ty Dolla Sign, Eric Bellinger.
Those guys were not known
Roddy
at all
Ricch,
back then. Yeah.
They're
probably known in L.A., but not well known across the country.
they weren't.
Yeah.
Tyga. I mean,
No.
all of them. They were
Yeah.
coming.
That's
when
still
they
young
were
for
filming,
them, yeah.
they were coming
Just
to my
started.
studio.
Yeah.
They were coming
Yeah.
to my studio to use my green screen. And then at that time, I had got an investor on board, and we bought like a $75,000 red camera. It was a red MX
Oh
camera.
yeah.
And so, we were like one of maybe like 15 people, maybe more, but
That had
very
that.
small circle that had that camera.
One of 5.
Yeah.
Let's
And
make it more inclusive. Fuck 'em.
we were friends with all the Crips, all the Bloods. They would come. Nipsey Hussle was a very dear friend of mine. They would come and use our studio, and we would never charge them. I mean, every once in a while they'd throw some cash, but we were just building on the relationships.
Right.
Yeah.
And so from there, with all of that hustle and bustle that was happening in my, facility, we started getting investors coming at us like, yo, what are you guys into? And I still wasn't even really wrapping my mind around what I had at that time.
Yeah,
was
I
like,
mean,
these are just my friends.
You kind of created some shit before it was a thing.
Yeah.
You were ahead of the game a little bit.
Well, it exploded on you.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so then I got financing. I made this movie called White Tea,
Yeah.
which we were just talking about the other
And
day.
what is it? Explain.
And so it's a comedy movie, and it's got the Hercules brothers in it, Gerard and
Oh,
Jamal
really?
Nixon.
Okay.
They're in like old school, me, myself, and Irene, Nutty Professor, Hercules from Nutty Professor.
All right, bet.
And so I put Debo in it for Friday, and then I had Faze on Love. I had Deion Sanders in it, Coach Prime.
There you go.
Which is a segue story I was telling Jack about the other day. So I don't know if you watch the news a lot right now,
I
but
do, yeah.
there's this guy, Big Eugene,
Big U.
Big U,
He's
yep.
like he's arrested right now, but he used to be somebody that I had dealings with because I worked a lot with Nipsey Hussle and Debo, Tiny Lister was close compadres with him. So Big U was at my facility a lot, and he was helping me leverage getting artists and actors and stuff. And he was doing his thing. I don't know all what he was involved with. Business
Yeah, well, the less you know, the less I can.
Yeah, the less you know.
questions.
But
Hey, don't ask
Plausible
me.
there was
deniability.
there was a
There
time.
it is,
there was a-
plausible
There was a
deniability.
time in my life when I
Plausible
was about 20 years old where I was literally flying with Debo on my left and Big U, the leader of the Crips, on my right. We're flying to different cities.
White
doing
kid from
deals.
Kansas.
White kid from Kansas. I'm like 20
Yeah.
years old. I don't even think I'm legal
20.
to drink yet. I might be 21, somewhere in there. And
You was drinking
I'm
that day,
flying,
man.
I'm
I
literally
remember.
flying down to Dallas, going to private charity games with Deion Sanders because he used to coach he used to coach these school football leagues or whatever.
Well, he had his organization was sponsored
Yep.
with all those
And
Dallas.
he would be playing
yeah.
against Snoop Dogg's
Yeah.
teams out in
Right,
California,
right.
and they, basically all those guys. I mean, I probably shouldn't even be saying some of this stuff, but they were basically
Nobody watches
they were,
this show.
They were shuffling all the players to college. All the back in the day when it
All
was
the-
like Oregon on top, USC.
It goes that way
all
anyway,
those major
yeah.
players, they were all getting shuffled from Snoop Dogg.
And now we can
Big
do-
U,
Well,
The
now
N-
it's in your face. It
Well, now the
wasn't back
NIL
then,
makes
you
it
know
where
what I mean?
it's
Yeah.
just we're
So,
doing it all
yeah.
out in the open now.
Kids are getting cars and stuff.
Yeah, they're
now,
getting
like-
$4 million a year.
Yeah.
You know, I'm down at the Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl in Dallas's new stadium. It was Green Bay, Pittsburgh. I'm down
Jerry
there.
World.
Yep, and I'm down there with Deion Sanders, right there at the 50. I brought my mom down. I got my mom hanging out with Big U, the leader of the Crips.
Tell me there's a picture of this.
Dude, I got.
Tell me there's a
this other-
picture.
my mom's friend Sherry. I don't know if she watches or follows, but I flew her down too. So she was down there hanging out with Snoop, Debo, Big U. Oh yeah, we were having a grand old time.
That's excellent.
So yeah, that's something that I did.
So you're rolling through. You got a studio going here
Got
in
studio, I got
LA.
financing. At that time, we probably had about $500,000 in the bank. Our company was doing well. We were doing a lot of projects for other people. Lionsgate. We were shooting stuff for the Hasselhoffs, this TV show with David Hasselhoff or whatever.
Yeah, he got a lot of.
We
followers.
were
He's huge
shooting
in
all the
Germany.
music videos.
He's huge in Germany.
Yeah, we were
He
shooting
really
all the
is.
music videos for all the artists. But at the time, they weren't huge yet. They were just like my friends, but they were percolating, right? And
David
so,
Hasselhoff has always been huge.
Oh yeah.
Well, have you always had an interest in the hip hop community? Has that always
No,
been?
well, no, I always loved hip hop music.
So I grew up
Have
listening-
you always liked hip hop
Yeah,
music?
always.
too?
I grew
I've
up.
always
It was
loved
it was
my
my
grandma was
always been my
stealing
first love.
CDs when I was younger.
Well, my
Throwing
dad
them,
liked
you know,
my dad liked Motown and shit. So like it transitioned for me
Well,
to like.
And there's
hip-hop
this
music.
musical group, production team, writers, producers, artists. It's called 1500 or Nothing, and they're like world famous. But they're like down there in the hood on La Brea. They got a studio called La Brea Studios, and it's ran by Lawrence, my guy Lawrence Dobson, and James Fauntleroy. Grammys on Grammys on Grammys. They make
Really?
everything from Jay-Z to Justin Timberlake to Adele to Beyonce to
Oh yeah.
you name it. Roddy Ricch, Keys in a Box. Nah, nah, nah.
That song went so
Yes.
big.
So like
And it's a tight song,
those
too.
were all my very, very close friends. In real time, I'm not really. They made all of Bruno.
Did that all
Mars's
stem from
records.
the Sacramento kind of
All
really?
the friends that I made
And you
made
doing it.
with early on
Just from being
were
genuine,
all
man.
the creme de la
that's
cremes
really-
Being
of-
trustworthy.
Yeah, they were all the creme de la cremes of people in Hollywood that I made friends with in just these couple little circuits. And little did I know that they would end up being really like they're the biggest in.
Well, I
business.
think
Now,
you're
me,
smart
I'm
enough.
not.
I think you were smart enough to realize that these people had talent,
Oh,
Yeah.
and you knew that they were going to come
and
up.
they welcomed me into their very exclusive club of people. And so over the years, I've really just been more of a behind the scenes. I give my creative thing here and there. I do the business. I connect. But now moving forward, like on this album, where like I just put my face on it. I'm taking a little bit different direction in my career where I'm like, you know what? I don't necessarily want to, but I'm going to take a little bit more shine in these.
Take a little more
in
credit.
These,
Sure.
in these
It's
closing
time.
years where I do it. And that stems to, because when I was here last summer here in Wichita, there was all these people. I kept hearing all these people whispering, oh, Blake doesn't do anything. He's washed up. He's, all talk. Well, I kept hearing all these, but I heard it from multiple
Those
people.
are the haters.
You
bro.
heard that from
Haters.
people here in
I don't know.
Wichita?
You see me
Don't worry
posting.
about
from
it.
our
I
hometown.
don't
worry
know.
about
Never
that.
see me posting, but now all I post is, I love the haters. I love the
Me
haters.
too.
Yeah, don't worry about
Because
that.
I'm gonna
I love
let
the
I'm
haters,
gonna,
too.
I'm gonna
They're
let all
great.
the haters know this year and next year, as long as Three Brothers is alive and he's running it.
Keep my name
I'm,
in your mouth.
I'm gonna suffocate him with the success, and I'm gonna put my name on everything.
Keep
Just so
my
you
name
know.
in your
That-
mouth. That's what you
normally
gotta do.
I would
Well,
never
it's-
even do this.
well, the
but-
haters make you
yeah.
go, "Fuck you, buddy."
Honestly, what it is-
So I'm just gonna keep doing
Yeah,
what
do
I'm
it.
doing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep loving the haters, as you say.
what you do.
And
For every one of them,
You
there's
know, it's
20
always
to
been
love
him
you.
in the background, and now he's going to come
Yes.
up, and I'm going to be in the background. You know what I mean?
He's
So
gonna
that's-
handle all the
yeah.
business.
That's just
and-
kind of how that's going.
And it's
so.
allowed me to be more creative now, having
It takes
a partner.
it takes a team,
Yeah,
man.
It
does.
takes a
It
team.
does.
Yeah. And shout out my producer, engineer, partner Mike Coates, who helps me make a lot of the music. I'm more of a conductor when it comes to the music.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, it doesn't pass the muster. It doesn't
I feel
work.
you.
Some of the stuff I write, some of the stuff I give my 2 cents on musically. Some stuff I have to do very little on. It's almost perfect. That doesn't happen all the time, but most of the time I have to be like, nah, we need to change the chords or the strings, or I want a flute in there. Throw me a motherfucking flute sound in there, whatever.
I mean, I always am for, especially in hip hop, if you add real instruments to it, it always gives a hell of a lot more depth.
Yeah,
like
totally.
just anybody see what Dreamville's doing right now.
Dreamville, yeah.
Dreamville is my favorite people right now as far as
J. Cole and them.
Yeah, I love everything that they're doing. From
well, we just put West Side Boogie. We just put West Side Boogie on the
I heard
Idiomatic outfit, and he was on the Dreamville Creed soundtrack. Yeah.
Man, so you got the studio in L.A.
Yeah.
How do you run that out? How does it eventually come to an end?
Now I just have a music studio out there. I don't have the full production studio anymore. I got rid of that years ago. And I also how we had gotten introduced many years ago.
Shout out to DJ Barefoot.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and say that.
Yeah, you say it.
Shout out to DJ Barefoot.
Shout out my man, DJ Barefoot.
That's my guy.
Me, him, and Barefoot, we started a business out here in Wichita, 7 years ago?
Yep.
And it was called Battle Quest. It was a children's entertainment center with Nerf guns,
awesome,
arcades, all that.
Yeah,
that's how we all got connected.
How'd that go?
It went really well for
up
6
until
months?
COVID.
6
months.
Up
until
until
COVID,
COVID.
yeah.
It was a COVID casualty.
Yeah.
It was a COVID casualty. And after they helped
tough.
me build that, and you know firsthand how we just did all that construction.
Yeah,
I mean,
we just did it,
built
man.
all
That's
out.
all it is.
Yeah.
So what made you wanted to bring something back to Wichita? Is that what?
So I've
Exactly.
I after about 7 years of being in Hollywood and doing the white tee and doing the music.
It's a lot out there. You know?
I was burnt out.
Well, you
I was
forget
burnt
how
out.
great it is here. It's people.
I love home.
People like to talk
You know
shit
what I
here,
mean?
but it's
I
not
love
a bad
home.
place to live.
As much as it's fun to go to other places, home is always home.
You're
Yeah,
right.
and that's it. It's home for me. So I like to come back here.
I lived out in Venice Beach for a little while, and I had a band out there, and we were doing some cool stuff. But it's like everything is just so
Fast.
not real.
Yeah.
Fake. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like fake. It's just
You-
watery energy, and I
Here
can't
you walk
really
down the
touch
street and people will wave at you. If you wave at somebody in LA, they're gonna look at you crazy.
Well, ain't
You
none
know
of it-
what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Like, what
Well, the thing is, when you go to
They'll
them,
start throwing pennies.
Yeah.
At you.
yeah, fuck.
like the same thing I was telling him, we were talking earlier, the same thing. You're like, when you go to these big cities with this multiple opportunities, they're great and they have an energy that's amazing, but you're really talking to a bunch of people that are you.
Yeah.
They're not from LA. They're all transplants. They're in town doing the same shit you're trying to do. So like, I mean, it's not, you don't get, very rarely do you get to meet the people from Denver or the people from LA. Or, I mean, you don't run into the local motherfuckers that much.
Well,
unless you're there for an extended period of time.
We had talked about it when I saw you guys a couple weeks ago. I had talked about like this mentality of like crabs in a bucket.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing,
that.
where
It's that.
When I come back here in Wichita, it's very crab in a bucket mentality.
It
If
is,
people,
man.
viewers or whatever, don't know what that is, it's like if you throw crabs in a bucket, crabs, not a singular crab can get out because they
They-
don't
The
allow
others
They
will
hold
pull
each
you
other
right
back.
Hold you
in.
down.
They pull you right
So
back down.
it's funny because whenever you find people in circles like that, it just reeks of inexperience. Because in the real circles, and not
that's-
to brag, but like I'm in the real circles. There's none of that.
Everybody
There
helps.
isn't.
Everybody
Everybody's
helps
building
everybody.
each
'Cause it-
other up.
You
in
know,
a real thing like what
Yeah.
we tried to do on a
Because
small
you
basis.
want them to do well because it brings your exposure.
Rising
Hey,
tides
yeah.
raises all boats.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
if you are
Exactly.
for me to hate on another podcast or another hip hop thing or another producer, you are just making yourself look sillier than a motherfucker. And Wichita
You're-
can't get
yeah,
past that.
You're killing.
Their face-
You're killing the podcast circles.
Yeah, why wouldn't you promote? I say I got extra rooms. Come rent the space and do
Right,
a podcast.
right.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
got
give a
it.
fuck.
Hey, I got gear. I'll help you.
Yeah, I'll help you
Right.
produce
I
the
help you do
motherfucker.
it.
Right.
And that's
Let's
when
go.
collaboration happens. That's when growth happens. That's when real shit happens. And Wichita, like you said, it's pretty crab in a bucket around
It
here.
is.
And
It's
you
super
were
crab in a bucket.
and it's and 'cause
Anybody
we're-
does anything different, they're just gonna shit on you.
Oh yeah, that's all they do. Well, and they do it. Yeah, I'll be sure.
yeah, let's
Well,
we all got
They're-
stones to
they're-
throw.
aggressive.
What's the new
Exactly.
what's the new young term? They do it hella sus.
Sus.
Sus, yeah.
yeah, very sus.
Well, they'll steal your ideas in a fucking hot second too.
But I feel it like this, man. I feel like
They'll steal your ideas in a hot motherfucking second, boy.
Yeah.
in the video games, if you go in the right way, that's where you hit the haters.
Yeah.
That's where you hit the enemies.
So you know you're going
You
the
know
right
what I mean?
way.
You know you're going the right way if you get that flag.
Yep.
You know, you
I
just
totally
got to you just got to slash them in half.
I just have never had that jealous bone in me.
Thank you. That's
Like
why,
when,
that's
when
why I
s-
don't understand it.
Yeah,
shouldn't be
like
that way.
if somebody's got a better line than me or
shouldn't be
writes
that
better
way.
than me or it inspires me more than it humbles me. You always got to get over that first like 1 second where like, damn it, I wish I'd have thought of that.
Yeah.
Man, hey,
That's
and I
natural.
go,
Everybody's got that.
Yeah, that's human. You get that minute, but then move on, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I want to go one further because we was talking earlier. steal my idea. Go ahead. If it helps my scene, steal my fucking idea. But do it.
Give me
damn
credit.
It. But no, don't even give me credit.
No.
I don't even give a damn.
Just
But
follow
do
through.
the damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
Follow through.
Don't
Do the
fuck
damn
up my
thing.
whole idea.
Don't
No,
half-ass it.
yeah.
Take
Don't
it out.
steal-
Take it out of my fucking hands and then fuck it all up.
Don't steal it to table it. You know, like you know how the fuel industry will steal some shit just to table it. Like, don't steal shit to table it. Like, if you got the funds to make something work that is a great idea and you got it from us, run with it and do something with it. Don't just take it.
You guys have done a phenomenal job on this. I don't even know how I got put on your guys' show, but I was I've been an avid viewer for I think about 3 years.
Well, you pay attention to what the fuck's going on. I feel like. I feel like you know what's going on in your home state. You know what's going on in the real music industry. You just know what's going on.
You're doing your research.
I am.
You're paying a fucking attention.
I am doing that.
I mean, there ain't nobody's gonna say Blake Phillips ain't on his hustle.
Hey, I wake up every morning. He messages me between 5 and 5:30 every morning. And I'm like, bro, you know I got kids. I'm not up yet, but
That's what I like about text messages.
See, I'll respect my friends. You can text message me and do that shit anytime, but just don't expect me to respond. I'll respond when I'm
Until
ready.
about 11.
Because I know some people's brains, like, if they don't get it out, they'll forget it, or if they don't, or if
That's
they
fine, that's fine.
that's fine. But don't get
Send me that text message.
just don't get
That's all
shitty
right.
for me if I don't reply till 11.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
Because I want your passionate shit. I want your I don't want you to forget it. Because I tell you right now, an idea is quick.
Yep.
And they
It
come and
happens
go,
like that.
and you thought you had something really great to say or to do, and you forget it in a minute. So write it down. But so I always say, but I just don't expect me to answer when your crazy shit's going on.
So very recently, you did a whole soundtrack
oh yeah.
to a movie.
Yeah. So So I guess I'll get back into my long rant.
Brought some locals
I try
into
and-
it, you
try
know?
and-
Yeah.
Harrison Steele.
So how did that come about? Did they just come at you for like, hey, can you help us
Well,
build a soundtrack for a movie?
So to backtrack a little bit, so I had done the White Tea movie thing, right? And then after that, I was probably 21-ish, and I was burnt out. I mean, I had been like 4-year
Hustling.
just grind.
Just getting it.
Yeah, I mean, doing a lot of shit for free, like you said. I
yeah.
mean, that'll wear on you.
So I came back to Wichita, and I met somebody who had Lyme disease, and she was basically just couldn't really do much. So I took on this caregiving role, and I was taking care of this girl like night and day, 24/7. I was also taking care of my grandparents, who I hadn't seen for a long time. So I was just like back in Wichita chilling, and taking care of some people, and just trying to
Putting in the karma.
putting in that karma and waiting.
taking care of regular
waiting-
life.
Waiting for the returns on some of the projects I had done, because in the entertainment game you got to wait a while before you get that money. And so I was doing that, and then I got into the weed game.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I got.
Who
into the
doesn't
weed
love
game.
the
I
weed
invested. I invested some money
Allegedly.
into the weed game, and it had some ups, it had some downs.
It's a market like any
Yeah,
other.
it's a business.
Well, it's
One, I was
a
not-
gray one.
market.
It's kind of a gray
was
one.
not, I was strategic about it. I was extremely strategic about it, but you have to.
No, you were.
Yeah. But there was just too many legal things that you just really.
Yeah, you can't
wasn't
guarantee
feasible for
returns.
me.
Well, you can't guarantee returns because
that
of the
and-
tax
That
shit.
and if you're talking about California
Yeah,
in
and
the
I'm a
time
movie
frame, I
producer
think so.
at the time.
It was kind of gray area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got
Yeah,
the
it's
weed
like-
business going, and it just the gray.
the tax
was
part of it
not-
really, the
wasn't
tax part of it
good.
really fucks you when you got some legitimate money.
Yeah.
And there was a point when California was going legal that federal government still
Yes.
was trying to
Yeah.
make an example of them.
Yep.
And come in randomly and just fuck with your whole operation.
Yeah, they
we
come in
would-
and just take
there
all
was
your
a
money.
couple
There was a point we'd be up on the mountains and we'd have Blackhawks come and just blow our
Yeah,
freaking
see?
hoop
See?
houses to
That's what I'm
shit,
saying.
bro. Just blow them to shit.
Out in
all
Humboldt?
over.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
we was like in the Inland Empire at
Okay.
that time.
I didn't know if you was over
Yeah.
there in the crazy
Nah.
triangle.
I mean, I've been over there. It's not as crazy as they make it out
Of
to
course
be.
not. It's
well,
all-
if you watch
We're-
documentaries,
We're
there,
gonna be fine.
They're
We're
trying
gonna
to
be
sell
fine.
movies.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
don't be stupid.
Yeah,
Don't-
exactly.
Yeah, so I got into that very briefly. That was
Were
a
you
short
investing
stint.
in it? Just
Well,
so-
yeah, I built a grow house in Moreno Valley. I had trap houses.
you went full pimp mode. huh?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, what happened?
Hey, those 5 years expired.
And he went by Batman at that time. He was-
Yeah.
But
He went
really,
by home
but to be completely frank, I was going to use that money because I was paying all the medical bills for this person I was taking care of,
there you go.
and
and we
normally
pays
I
the
wouldn't
bills.
even be saying these things, but we're in story mode, right? So I didn't have a lot of cash like that at that time, and I was like, I got some money.
It was
and
caught up.
This girl I wanted to look after, and she needed my help, and so I was like, I got this weed connection, I can do it, and so I invested, built it, money was flowing until it wasn't, and then so then at that
That's
point,
still soft money.
yeah. So at that point, I had to quit. I had to basically not do that anymore. And then that's when me and Jack and Barefoot, we linked up. And we built Battle Quest, which was a great establishment, all 5-star reviews.
What's
Children.
Battle Quest is the Nerf
That was the
place.
entertainment.
Yeah.
And so then after that, I went back out to L.A. And I got back into the entertainment game to scratch up some money.
And I didn't hear from Blake for like 4 years.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
usually
I mean?
how it goes.
Like,
Most people don't.
I'm like,
when
where's Blake
when I
at,
go
you
in
know?
work mode, I usually disappear for years at a
So
time.
were you back to production,
Yeah.
back to
Well, I got
kind of whatever you could
I
get?
got offered a multi-year, 6-figure deal to consult for this company that wanted to, at Asylum Entertainment, big production company at the time, that wanted to make reality shows and stuff. And so they brought me on as a creative consultant.
Wow, that's a
So,
pretty sweet gig.
Yeah, at 24 or something probably.
Yeah,
I was
it's
at
good
that.
money.
I had,
That's-
I had a house at the hills.
Yeah, you was balling right there a
I
little
mean, my
bit.
life was pretty good.
Yeah, you were balling.
And so I did that for my 2-year stint, and then after 2 years, I was burnt out again. I was fried. I came back.
Tired
to
of
what-
writing for him?
Just everything. The amount of
Was it just you?
strain that goes on.
And it
me
wasn't
when
your
it comes-
passion, really?
There's a lot, man.
Well,
There's,
yeah. When you're a creative the way
Also,
I do
this
it,
guy's grind is like
I
not the
strain
same.
myself.
It is.
It's not
tough.
the same.
Yeah.
This
And-
dude's
and-
grind is like a whole different.
It is,
From most
it is.
people. You
No,
know what
I
I
get
mean?
it.
So
I
it's
get-
like,
There's
I
a
don't
certain
sleep.
emotional workload
Yeah.
that happens, man. And the entertainment industry moves so fast. You got to keep up with all this shit.
But I feel like if you
have
find
to
them-
instantly adapt, you have to move around it.
You find the
There's
one
a
that you
lot.
love, it ain't as strenuous.
Well,
I
You're
feel like he
always-
loves it too much,
you can
though, where he
specialize.
just dives in. You know what I mean?
there could be some of that.
You're,
Some of
you're
that.
having to do all these
And you know him better than I do, so I mean,
you're having to do all these things, and you don't really get to do what you want to do, which is the fun, creative thing. Which I've always, when I was younger, everyone always thought of me as like the funniest. I was the class clown, right?
Yeah.
I was a
you're the writer.
Yeah.
You're the
and,
creative.
Yeah.
and
Like,
writing ain't easy,
and
motherfuckers. And writing jokes is
I've never
definitely
actually gotten to do that because I end up having to make sure everything gets done, and I don't think
Yeah.
people understand how hard it is to get things done.
Yeah.
And so
It takes all your time.
it's like I not only have to have all the relationships, I have to make sure all the business is square. I have to complete it. It has to get distributed properly. There's so many things.
Making the
And so in
trains run on
movie
time.
Game,
Yeah.
when making a movie,
Yeah.
like when I look at the movies that I did, I'm so upset that they weren't as good as I wanted because
Yeah,
creatively I couldn't be in the room at the time going, no, you got to rely on these other
Creatively, you were
people."
barely able to touch it.
Yes,
because
'cause I had
you're
to make sure
doing
it all
the
got
executive
done.
producer role.
Yes.
Yeah, that's got to feel handcuffed. A little
And
handcuffed
so
at that point.
now, for the first time in my life, back to your question. So after I did those, then I opened a cafe in LA on Melrose.
Tasties.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I'm always going.
You opened a fucking cafe.
It was good.
With
On
my buddy
Melrose.
my
That's
buddy
what-
Taylor
yeah,
Swift.
You had
the
some
point,
asshole
yeah.
sell you on
Shout
this
out my-
cafe.
shout out my
Here
guy,
he comes.
Taylor
What's his
Gallion.
name? Here it is.
Taylor Gallion.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Some asshole sold you on a cafe.
It was
Yeah,
great.
my-
It was great.
But I feel like you're a good enough fucking judge of
No,
character that
I
he would be
sold
good
him.
to
you
work
gotta
with.
think he
sold
overthought it.
him.
The location, the
Yeah.
where
Bro,
it was,
I
the
had-
studio up top.
my next door neighbor was, rest in peace, my guy.
Yeah.
My guy, Val Kilmer, who just passed away.
Oh, that's Doc Holliday forever.
Yeah, man. No, like that's my.
Love
so
Val,
my
yeah.
sister growing up loved. Shout out my sister Tara, if you watch this. She loved.
I
Val
hope his
Kilmer.
sister's watching.
Yeah. She loved Val Kilmer, and so he was my neighbor at had my cafe Tasties, and then he had his art gallery studio right next to mine.
Very nice.
I mean, every day hanging out, watching old movie flicks at his art studio with him. He was super cool dude.
Cool dude.
Yeah, so-
I love when I hear. I love
Very
when.
artsy.
imagine.
I love when my heroes of cinema and people that
Yeah.
you
are actually good people.
Well, like when people that you are, people that inspire you, people that do great things, and you go and you meet other people and they go, yeah, you know, he's a great guy. That feels good.
No,
When-
he was solid.
Yeah.
I mean, solid, a real genuine, just artist, creative, fun, happy. His assistant, who I reached out to, hopefully she sees this. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was. I had known him all through the process.
One of my biggest fails, I think, is
sad to see him.
I think L.A. and Hollywood's biggest fail is that we never did a full-blown Doc Holliday movie with him as a runner to Tombstone. I think
like a follow-up?
Like just him, the Doc Holliday story. Val Kilmer is the Doc Holliday story.
That's a great movie. I watch it at least once or twice a year.
I mean, Tombstone is maybe the best Western ever made. And with
Lonesome Dove for me.
He was loved. So every kind of like similar to here in Wichita, they do the Final Friday thing, right? It's like the last Friday of every month, right? Yeah. So we would do that. So at our intersection, we were at Melrose and Heliotrope. That was our intersection in L.A. And we called our little block, our little neighborhood community, Hell Mel. And we had the Tasties juice bar that looked real Miami Vice, which is my spot. We had my buddy had this famous Native LA tattoo shop. All the best, all the celebrities go to this tattoo shop, barber shop, little spot called Native LA.
So you had a cool little corner. You had a cool little spot.
We had a hot spot, and so he had an art gallery that was so dope. Val did. And
what was his? Was his art, or did he promote it?
Some of it would be his art, and then he would have other major, artists.
Because I don't even know Val Kilmer, the artist.
Exhibit, and every Final Friday, we would have a huge event there. All the celebrities, Zach Galifianakis of the world, they would be there every.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so we just had a time there for that whole year that I got to spend a lot of time with Val. Man, it was just art, fun. Juice smoothies, because that's what my cafe did. It did, just a good time. But all that came to a halt from COVID, the forced lockdowns. So I lost that cafe.
Well, California has went insane.
Yeah, they're insane. So I'm done with California.
Crazy.
I've moved away. That's why I'm here now.
That's because you're.
I would have done the same.
Well, because you're a smart guy.
Yeah.
I mean, California has went a little insane, guys.
They're completely insane.
The whole world used to be as goes California, so goes the Union. And ain't the fucking case no more.
I'm done with
they
that
went a
place.
little crazy in there.
I'm done with that place. I've been done with that place. And so to fast forward all that stuff, that all came to a crashing halt, COVID. So I lost my my cafe, and I lost my children's entertainment center. And those were big sources of income for me. Yeah, so that made me have to basically go back into entertainment again. I was pretty much looking at full-blown retirement that year, 2020. I mean, I was right there pretty much. I had been kind of on the retirement thing. Not that I ever stopped working.
You got to about fuck you money where I can do what I want to do.
Yeah, I was right there.
Yeah.
And so then I lost those things. And so then I can't dive into this one too much, but I sued the government. With a class action lawsuit. Yeah, and I won. I haven't gotten my money yet, but I'm going to get my check.
Yeah, you won you won your class action lawsuit?
Yeah, I beat the government and I won. And
that'll be public record one day.
For a fucking lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to lose, just like all the haters are going to lose.
Yes.
Haters always lose.
Yeah. Betting against me, you're not going to win. I can promise you that.
I ain't gonna lie. This guy gets up early and works hard.
And so from that point on, I did what you asked about. I did the Dirty South soundtrack.
Dirty South. That's
when I got connected with Jelly Roll, Brantley Gilbert, and all them. I was just getting my feet wet back in the entertainment.
I don't want to be too rude, but I cannot believe how small Brantley Gilbert a man was.
He's got some big old arms.
Oh, but okay, so I tell the story. Honestly, he was an absolutely fabulous dude. I loved him.
What? Because of the
super
Damn
nice.
Jam?
I got to meet Damn Jam.
I watched. Yeah.
So I'm standing next to him while me and him are watching Willie Walker Jr. And he is talking to me. He's being real nice, but I'm a dumbass. I have no idea that I'm talking to Brantley Gilbert. Because usually in my mind, when I meet a celebrity,
they look different in person.
They're shorter.
I'm a sports fan, so most times when I meet my heroes, they're giant men that are bigger than me. and I ain't gonna lie, I'm 6'3", 350-pound man. Well, and this guy is not that big of a guy, and I'm not realizing who he is. But he also has he's showing me a video of a sign language interpreter doing Willie Walker Jr.'s set. So if you can imagine how fucking funny it is for somebody to talk about licking pussy and sucking dick and licking ass.
And he was saying this.
Yeah, he's showing me Brantley Gilbert goes
on his phone.
He goes.
Wow, I wouldn't even have thought that.
So me and him
I'd see that.
Me and him are laughing over how cool Willie Walker Jr. is and how much he doesn't give a fuck. And if you guys ever meet Willie Walker Jr., he's not. I'm going to say his name wrong. Fuck
Wheeler. It's Wheeler.
Oh, and yeah. Rest in peace to your guys' friend who put that together. I watched the show, and then didn't he pass soon after?
Which one?
Your friend that was a part of that Damn Jam.
Oh, shit, maybe. Is there someone we need to pay respects to?
Well, yeah, you was like your guys' like good friend.
Maybe.
I feel bad even bringing it up now.
Somebody passed?
Since we were on so many rest in pieces, I thought Ken Wynn or something. Wynn?
Oh, Jason Wynn.
Jason Wynn.
Jason Wynn. That, I mean, God,
Yeah. So that's been a while, but yeah, Jason's really the reason we're at Damn Jam.
That's why I was.
Yeah.
I only knew that from watching.
Well, Jason's the reason for a lot of shit. Jason Wynn's good motherfucker.
Rest in peace.
How did the location change go? With
The location change.
It's hurt us every time.
So I'll put it together for you. So we had a great year at Lake Afton.
Right.
That was awesome.
The city promised.
I was there
The
for
city
that.
promised a lot of shit, and I think it was going to get better there. But the fact is, they pulled the permit because Wheeler Walker
David
Jr.
Dennis. It's not even Wheeler. David
Yeah.
Dennis.
They pulled it
is
'cause
the old
of
blue
him.
hair up there that got a
a
huge stick in his
that
ass
put this
and
production
shoved the
company
thing
in,
down.
like you're used to this. I mean, I don't know if you ever done festivals, but you've done big productions.
I've done concerts.
And when people throw you a fucking turd, now I can't be here. I got to move.
Yeah.
So they had to move their whole entire set to
And it
a
was
private
like quick too. It was like
in
last
Goddard.
minute.
Yeah, and
kind
yeah.
of seemed like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
That's being a producer. It sucks.
Yeah, it is. And
you have to
honestly,
deal with that shit
they roll with the fucking punches better than most people I've
So,
ever had.
so they ended up going out to a field in Goddard,
Private property.
and I think it worked out good. They were able to do a lot there. That
Because it's private property.
yeah, it's
you
private
know,
property.
so-
You can do what you want.
I mean, you don't have to deal with the Central County Commission officers
exactly.
not letting your fucking acts play. So I mean, and now they've done a really cool thing. We'll see how it goes from now. This is really the pivotal year, I think, as they moved it to the Winfield County Fairgrounds where they do that big concert.
Basically,
Yeah.
I moved to Winfield, and I think they followed me there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I
Well, they
think.
do that. Where's that? What's the giant thing they do?
Well,
on
it's a
the-
bluegrass.
Bluegrass
festival.
Bluegrass
Yeah,
festival.
yeah,
Big
yeah,
ass
yeah.
bluegrass festival.
That's which is a good time too.
So
Man.
that's
I
that
ain't
is
gonna
where.
lie. That's
So
a good time.
First time I ever did
Yeah.
like a bunch of shit was there.
me too. And I mean, I had a lot of fun there. I had what's that crazy band from Wichita that dragged me out there?
What
to
was
see 'em?
Split Lip?
Split Lip Rayfield. Split Lip Rayfield was
I
one of
remember
them.
Split Lip.
And
Split Lip's
and Cross Canadian
Split Lip.
Ragweed, I was real into Red Dirt music at that time too. So and they got a little bit of spot out there. So I went out to that Winfield Festival, and it's a badass place. Well, it's been 15, 20 years since I've been there, and they've done nothing but improve that for that
really?
Bluegrass Festival. And now the Damn Jam has a chance to use those same grounds for their thing.
That's cool.
So if you're
It
talking,
could be really cool.
That
They
sounds
could-
pretty
Could be
cool.
really cool.
I'm
If people will make the drive.
I
Yeah,
hope
they-
it'll be cool.
Well,
You know what I mean?
You're into all the
Yeah,
concerts and
yeah.
shows.
well, and you
I
guys
went
know.
to the Aoki and the Killer Mike.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Somewhere Fest.
Yeah, I would have been. I would have been
was
at that,
great.
but we were working. I would have went to that because Killer Mike's huge. I'm actually going to
And I got to watch Yella. I got to watch Yella.
Yeah.
Yella.
There.
I'm going to Wu-Tang Clan and
man.
it's Wu-Tang Clan and Run the Jewels and Tulsa coming up
Tulsa?
here. Yeah, it's a pretty cheap concert too at a pretty cool spot.
That's dope.
So
I would go see Wu-Tang Clan.
I want, and this is actually Wu-Tang Clan where RZA, Method Man, a special
there you
guest
go.
Redman is going to even be there.
Yeah.
Redman's even coming. He's not even part of Wu-Tang Clan. Most people
Yeah.
don't realize, but there's actually this is the real Wu-Tang Clan is going to be at this set. So we'll see how it goes.
That's cool.
And that's a
Dude, I've been seeing
That's a
like
big deal.
Redman and all them. They're hot right now, just releasing singles after singles.
Redman has just been killing
Dude, I've
like
been watching
freestyles
them.
off
And I
other
never
people's
used to
beats.
really watch them like that, but
Right.
like I've been tuned in just because I've been more on this music circuit recently.
Well, I mean, you're doing the right thing because
And-
I think hip hop does more new
They
content
do
than
more
anybody
numbers.
else.
They do more
Yeah,
numbers
for
than
sure.
anybody.
They do.
And speaking of it, man, so how do we find your record? How do we find your music?
Oh yeah.
How do we support you, brother?
Well,
First of all, it's called what? Three Brothers Music.
Well,
Three
so
Brothers
our
Music is
music
the thing.
label is Three Brothers Music Label, and we are in bed with Virgin Music Group,
Nice.
conglomerate. That's our output.
You're in bed with a virgin.
Yep, we are. We
Yeah.
are. And if-
Not for long when Blake's in there. It gets like that weird touchy. Like, is he touching my back?
No, I'm modest. I'm modest. So I won't even say that term anymore. We're actively in business.
We are involved.
We're
Or maybe
involved.
not.
They like us, you know. So
We're talking.
We're friends.
So that's our output, and my business partner, who has his own business, is Brian Shafton, and he headed Priority Records, He founded RBC Records and then sold that to BMG. He's basically like the head and founder of Strange Music and Tech.
Very nice.
Way back in the
Yeah,
day.
that's-
So he's been in the game a long time.
That's
I've
long.
done-
That's
I've been doing business with him since 15 years.
Tech Nine's been in the game for what,
Badass.
40 years almost? It seems like. Jeez.
Yeah. What? I'm a slacker.
Yeah.
Wasn't that his
Yeah,
first
yeah.
one? So
I mean, Jesus.
we founded Three Brothers. I was here last summer. People were talking about me sideways in Wichita, saying I fell off and I don't do anything. So I said, okay,
It's just
well,
motivation.
Yeah, it was all it was.
I was
motivation.
excited to get him back in
Yeah.
it. You
So
know what I mean?
I was like, okay.
Anybody that's mad that Blake's back in town can get fucked.
Yeah. So I said,
Get
okay, well,
fully
Personally.
fucked.
I'll just go down to Dallas. So I went down to Dallas. I was doing some. I just basically rented out a studio and I partnered with my buddy Mike and we made this whole album in like lickety splickety.
Yeah.
I mean, phone calls, beats done, and then I called Jack and said, "Hey, I need a business partner," and he said, "I'm locked in. Let's go." And so now here we are. We had to wait even longer than I even wanted to because it was like done when the holidays hit, and so we had to wait after because holidays, Spotify, everything's closed December, January. So it drops this Friday. The past 3 weeks we've dropped singles. The first one we hit was West Side Boogie. Which
West Side
is,
Boogie's badass. I like that. I've been
that's
listening to that all
Eminem.
day.
That's Eminem and Dr. Dre's artist. So he's with Shady Aftermath and Interscope.
Then we
That's
went
playing
kinda
on
my lane, did some
Yeah.
burner. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I like
So,
that one too.
Yeah.
Burner. He's worth $600-800 million. So he's hard to. You don't just easily attain Burner in your music.
Yeah.
He's
can't
on a
be
couple of
bought.
tracks. He's on a couple of tracks.
Yeah,
with
well,
me.
I got him on mine, but he's coming. He's already got a
He's doing
single out.
good.
He's got a single out with Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa's
Nice,
dropping
man.
OJ and Kush 2 the week after.
Wiz
Or-
Khalifa's dropping music every goddamn week.
Yeah, well,
almost.
he's dropping the OJ and Kush.
He's
He's
a
the Wiz.
monster. He's a
dropping
monster.
the OJ
He's
and
the
Kush.
Wiz.
Hey,
on the
He's a
18th.
monster.
in any pro weed
And then what,
dude, I'm
what
always
did we
with.
just drop? Oh, we just dropped Project Pat.
Oh yeah.
That's
Okay.
shot. That's
The
on
Trub.
for real. Is that or
Yeah.
be real? Be
Yeah,
real.
yeah. So
Is
we
it
just
out?
dropped that.
Let me make sure we say it right. What is it?
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
real.
real.
It's
Yeah,
real.
It's real. And
That-
that's with
real.
my artist.
I've been jamming that
that's
song all
with,
day.
My artist Trub.
Yeah.
Shout out Trub. That's my artist.
Is he the main artist on that track?
Yeah, it's him and Project Pat.
Dude, that is a killer
Both
track. I've
go.
been jamming that
Yeah.
track
And
all day when you sent it to me.
Trub, I love you. You're my dog. And so we got Project Pat. We're in bed right now with 3-6 Mafia doing some stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm working.
He's
with,
in bed.
We can't.
I'm on the out.
Yeah, you filming it. You look like the dude in the corner. You look like the dude in the corner filming it.
Hey, what do we got? We
Trying to
got
keep your hand out of your pants.
also this Friday we're dropping. Lil Russell, who's
Yep,
pretty much
Lil
the hottest
Russell.
artist. Same way that I did Jelly Roll a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Nobody really knew about him. He
He's
knew about him,
blowing
but
up.
I didn't. I connected with Jelly Roll and I worked with him. He ended up winning New Artist of the Year.
Dude, I
right
met
at the
Jelly
same
Roll at a
time.
gas station.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
like
Even the
6 years ago.
Damn Jam was ahead of the game on that. The Damn Jam's been offering him big money for like 3 fucking years trying to get him out there.
Yeah, I paid $0 to work with them.
I heard he's a fucking nice guy.
Because I'm just
said
in it.
what?
I'm in it to win it, man. These people, we're friendly.
I think you got a good reputation, is what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
Not
What I
here,
mean.
not here, but everywhere else I go, it's pretty good.
Well, that was funny. What? So
The
what,
one place that don't matter.
So what I
don't
was
matter.
the
so-
one place you're right.
Well, what I was saying to him is what I didn't know if you had a love for hip hop when you moved out of here, or if that fell into your lap in L.A.
No, well,
so
a lot of people don't know this, but and I don't even really like saying it because it sounds kind of grimy, but like I came from the mud. Like I was raised by a single mother, beaten by stepdads.
went to East High School.
Like I got a chip on my shoulder like you would never believe.
That's what drives you.
Like I was raised by basically 4 different gay men. Like I got traits. I got traits for days, all different kind.
Well, what I've always said is
I've listened to all kinds of music. I've come from all different households that have helped raise me and upbringing. So I got a sour side. I got a sweet side. I got a gritty side. I got a mud side. Just depends on what character I have to be for what
You
you're
identify.
doing. Yeah.
Well, you can
Multiple
produce
places.
anything.
Million,
But I
for
can produce
sure.
anything. But I feel like what I hear from you when I ask for shit from you, and when you're showing me your shit that you're proud of,
It's hip-hop.
It's hip hop music.
Yeah.
I think it's something. I think that's your vein. That's your line.
I tried to do the country rock thing, right? And I mean, I got Brantley Gilbert, Jelly Roll. I did
Right,
Dorothy.
right.
I got Dorothy on there, which she was great. I worked with Rayleigh Barba out in Mexico City. He's the 2-time platinum award winner in Latin music. So, but the market for that, the money is not there. And I'm already not a big fish. I'm not an A-list fish. I'm like a B-list fish. And I'm fine with that. I don't want to be in that A-list fish because there's too many
There's
politics.
a lot of crazy shit
and
there.
a lot of red tape you got to jump through, and I can't be the boss that I like to be in that A world. I can be in that,
It
but
gets too strange.
it's
in
too.
the
It's
Yeah,
too,
Well,
it's
you
no,
got a
just-
bottom at
Yeah.
Knowing what you
parties
like-
I'm not the
and
boss in
all
that
that
world.
stuff.
Knowing what you
In
like
this
to do
world we're in,
matters. Knowing what you like to do matters.
I'm the
Do what you
boss.
like to do.
Yeah, and so I try to do different genres, and we may consider doing some other stuff other than hip hop on some idiomatic motifs.
Yeah.
I've
I've got a couple ideas.
Yeah.
You know,
They
a
need
couple
you here.
ideas,
Hip hop
yeah.
needs you here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm trying to.
I've told everybody
Been
like the.
working with Sir Charles.
Yeah. Shout out Sir Charles. He's been on the show before.
Of
too.
I
course.
love Sir Charles.
course,
That's-
of course.
that's
That's
the
my
other-
best friend.
who's
Sir
the
Charles
other one?
man, Charles is a good friend of mine.
We got a home studio in there, man, and we
I love
put
the
in
man.
work. I shout out SE Trail too while I'm on here. Let's-
I will say Sir Charles is
Yeah.
probably tip of the sword here in town, but I think since you left and did hip hop, Lucid has left and did hip hop,
Yeah.
Kush Miller has left. Like
Yeah,
sometimes,
shout out Lucid. His dad's my attorney.
well, a lot of people,
Small world.
Yeah, it's
a lot of people have to leave this community for their hip hop to thrive.
to
I wish it
thrive.
wasn't
Yeah,
that way.
man,
I
and
wish it
that's-
wasn't that way.
It's horrible.
But it's true.
you know? And
But it is true. This is a rockin'.
Wichita has to
this is
build
a rockin'
better infrastructure.
That's what I'm working
This
on.
is a rockin'
That is
country community.
My
Let's
goal.
talk, let's talk.
You know what I mean?
You almost
So-
have to relocate to have your talents appreciated
which is
in this
horrible.
town.
Wichita's a great city, man.
It is,
a
It's
great
never
city.
been a problem of
but it's
talent.
not a
Yeah.
supportive
It's
city of hip hop
infrastructure.
music.
Support man,
Infrastructure,
and it
right?
drives
Oh,
me nuts.
and I wanna
There's
make
gatekeepers.
Ticket sales,
The
gatekeepers, all those things.
And
are
the
a thing.
ticket sales, guys, we need pre-sale tickets to bring shows to
God
the city.
damn! Can you please just buy a
We
ticket
need
before?
Say it one more time, say it one more
pre-sales
time.
to bring good
Dude,
shows
when I
to
came
the
down
city.
when I came down for the March Madness, we had a great time there.
That was a shout out to
Yeah.
the cities do great on
yeah,
those
Yeah,
things.
they
It's
did
just the problem with this town is that there's not any real true. I mean,
Say it. Don't
I mean, I'm
stop.
just
Don't
gonna
stop.
say it.
Don't
I'm just gonna
stop.
say
Say
Don't
it.
edit.
I'll
Don't
say
edit.
it, and people may get rubbed the wrong way.
Say it,
But
man. We
it's
need to
just,
say.
I'm just being honest. It's the real reality. I have more experience than anybody, and there's nobody that's taken that role out here that knows how to do it. I'm not going to take that role.
I need you to.
Somebody needs
He's
to take that
teaching me.
role because all of
We don't
the,
even have a
all
fucking
of the different
nothing.
lanes of artists, creatives, the radio folk, as I would call them. If they would just all work together,
No, they ain't
would
doing
have
that.
they would have something. But
I-
the separated mindset, it's a crab in a bucket mindset. It won't work. You'll never.
I
achieve.
need management companies, booking companies.
That's your
I need
guy right
entertainment
there.
lawyers.
Agencies.
That's your guy right there.
I need infrastructure here for music
That's
to
your
make
guy.
it, man.
And we need objective
Yeah,
one
that-
of those.
That's why we
I'm
will
gonna
talk.
say
We
one
will
more
talk,
name,
man.
one more name.
I'm on a 3 to 5 year retirement plan. I'm only doing this for like 3-5 more years. I've
Shit,
always
you ain't-
promised I would be
All right.
retired.
I'm gonna cut you off. You ain't quitting
Oh,
shit.
I wanna
Fuck
make sure-
him.
I wanna
He,
make
he,
sure-
he will, he will work to the day he
It won't
dies. He's
happen.
such
I
a
want to
liar.
make sure
It
to
will
shout
happen.
out. I want
It's
to
a
make sure
good
to shout
idea,
out 2
you
people.
know?
I wanna make sure-
Retirement.
All right,
Retirement
shout
my
out.
ass.
Shout out you people.
Yeah, I want to make sure to shout out 2 people. My very best friend, Josephine Conception. I'm sure she's watching. Love you. Appreciate you. She's
Yeah.
part of the Three Brothers label, and she
Yeah.
does all of my administrative work. My best friend. And then my other very dear friend is Jesse. Shout out to you. And that's all I really got.
Got one more time.
Thank you,
Give a little shout out to the T girl that was supposed to be on tonight.
Oh, yeah. Nikayla, my very longtime best friend. She's got a tea shop, sells tea. What's the name of her company?
I have no fucking idea. Shit.
I had it.
Why
Man.
you putting that on me?
My friend Nikayla, my dear friend Nikayla. It is. It's like tea.
No. I think it's.
Super.
Is it an LA place?
No, it's here in Wichita.
Oh, it is. It is
So,
local. It's local.
And my other best friend Heidi. Now my phone's
Super yummy tea shop.
Oh, my friend.
And-
I only thought I had like 2.
And
friends.
I will
guess
see
got
the
that.
day.
Nice.
I will bet you the day over and under the day that Blake retires my ass.
Yeah, right.
No, he ain't retiring
ain't
from
happening.
shit. He'll retire. He'll
Well,
he'll
hey,
sell
hey,
5
hey,
companies
the
and
people
start
in Wichita-
3
the
more.
people
I'll
in
be on
Wichita
hospice calling me arranging
People
shit,
in
bro.
Wichita
I
call me a
swear.
couch
It's-
surfer.
I swear. Hey, you need to get over here. We got.
And he's right usually.
Yep. And I'll be right
Hey,
there.
dude, I love a motherfucker that's on their game.
Yep.
Dude, ain't nothing makes me happier than to see a passionate, driven person working hard for whatever
give up.
whatever
She's got a
genre.
tea shop, Nikayla Marie.
Yep.
Fuck
Shout
with
out to Michaela Marie.
Is
and
it
the
here
tea
in
shop.
town?
Yeah.
Well,
What
hey,
is he? Do we know the name of it?
She's
I
gonna
look,
comment
but-
it down below, just so you know.
She gonna get us for this.
Hey, Blake, man, Jack. Hey, it's good to have you guys on here.
Guys,
Thank you
I
guys
can't.
so much for
I
showing
can't
up,
wait
man.
to have
I love
another
it.
show in 6 months to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Cool.
So go check out Idiomatic Motifs. It drops Friday. We also drop a record with La Russell on Friday.
Let's
I'm working
go.
with LG Malik. Man, I'm fucking with Lil Durk over here.
Let's
We
go.
ain't small time. I can promise you that.
We wasn't gonna
You
say that,
do
but we'll
shit.
go ahead. Drop a little
This
secret.
hey,
It's
nothing's
coming.
cooler to me about this guest than he's one of the ones that left here and made a huge name for himself,
And wants to
And
stay
is
back.
bringing it back.
and is bringing shit back,
Thank
and
you.
y'all
That's
are
the truth.
skating on it. So get your fucking
Lego.
Come on now,
Nobody
Let's
does
go.
that.
Come
Nobody
come on now.
comes-
Don't throw no salt now, baby.
Nobody
Thank you
comes
guys so
back.
much for tuning in. Blake Phillips, Jack Warner,
Three Brothers
Aaron and
Production.
Austin Show.
Three brothers. Yeah.
Thank you
Brothers
guys so
Music.
much. I love